subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man.
Hello.
Jojo, what's going on?
How are you?
Cool. How about you?
Good. Tired, but good. I just left the gym
Huh.
and I haven't just had time to even get ready or nothing. It's been a very heavy day for me.
Yeah, you good? You good? So what's going on? What you doing in Houston? I heard you moved to Houston. What's going on with that?
Why is everybody so in shock that I moved out here? I don't look like a Houstonian, huh?
I mean, we just not one of them places people just up and move to. You know what I'm saying? Because where were you living before this? Miami?
Miami.
Yeah. You go from Miami to Houston, like that's a drastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm Mexican and like there's a very big Mexican community out here and I have a lot of family out here. Like I used to come to Houston when I was younger because my uncles had houses out here. So Houston has always been like a second home to me.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I finally ended up doing it because I really hated Miami. Miami's not a place to live. Miami is dope to vacation, but to live, it's not it.
Right. Are
Yeah.
you from Miami or around that area?
No, I'm from Mexico, literally.
Mexico. Oh no.
Yeah,
Shit. So when'd you come
yeah.
out thinking?
I moved out here in middle school, to Florida. I went to a boarding school, middle school and high school. And then I just ended up staying in the US for college. And then, my career got popping and I just haven't been back to Mexico.
Nice, nice. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's cool. So tell me about this movie y'all got going on. This hip hop what was it, hip hop? Give it to me. Hip hop.
Well, first, watched it?
I
No.
haven't seen it yet. I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
I'm trying to put you on the spot. Um, You should. It's really good, actually. I think it's better than the first one. So this is the second one. I'm actually playing myself in the movie. So the executive producers added Jojo as, like a real person on the script.
Right.
So I play myself,
Nice.
which
Nice.
is really dope because I'm like, damn, I really made it. You know what I mean? I have somebody like Jamie Foxx and Datari telling me like, they want to add who I am in the movie. I think that was just kind of like the dopest part about it. So it wasn't, it was my first movie. It wasn't, too complicated. I was very nervous because, I'm filming with huge names. Like
Right.
my scene was with Neo, Terrence J, and Redman. So it was a little intimidating.
Hmm.
I haven't been intimidated since like the first time I was on TV, like on Love and Hip Hop. Like I haven't gotten that again. So it was that again. It was definitely
Wait.
nerve.
So loving hip hop was intimidating, even though that was like reality, quote unquote. Y'all kind of just doing y'all thing. Like,
It was because I started as a stylist, so I'm not even the type of person that likes attention. Like I'm an introvert, like I don't. All that stuff is very draining to me. So for me to get on Love and Hip Hop, I didn't do it because I wanted to be famous for the clout. I specifically did it because I wanted to open a clothing store. Like that used to be my dream to have my own clothing store. So, I used it as a marketing strategy for my store. So my storyline always revolved around my store, building my store, filming in my store, my clients. So that's what it was but that was the first time I ever got in front of a camera.
hmm.
So for me it was hard, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of those people that was just born to be on TV or,
Yeah.
like I didn't know shit about that. Like it was tough. I had to drink and be drunk like for the whole first season.
No shit.
Yeah, my producers were like, they used to tell me like, Joe, loosen up, like be yourself, this and that, because I used to just be shy. Like I was not used to that. And obviously with time, I mean, now it's like whatever, you know what I mean? Like I do it in my sleep. I don't really know how much I enjoy it, but I do it as a part of my career.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up. So
And like,
now,
it's like, who's gonna turn that down? You know, I'm not no actress. But I think I've been in the industry long enough. I've been on TV long enough to be able to act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh,
So
stop.
yeah. So how long were you a stylist before you got on Love and Hip Hop and all that?
About 3 years. Yeah. Sorry, my phone paused. Probably like about 2 years. I wasn't a stylist for long. I think that I had gotten a huge opportunity, and my first client as a stylist was Young Thug. So I think that's what opened so many doors for me because I used to work at a clothing store. And Young Thug used to be my client before he became famous. And I used to always pick his clothes. I never even imagined that I was going to be a stylist. I didn't even know how to be a stylist. I just loved fashion and I was really good at putting stuff together. And Young Thug used to come at the store all the time and he used to tell me, Jojo, I'm going to get signed one day. And when I do, you're going to be my stylist. And I used to kind of be like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? And one day he came in there with Birdman, and Birdman was like, "Where's this girl JoJo? Because this man refuses to work with any of my stylists. He says he wants JoJo." And I was like, "Damn, this is crazy." Birdman was like, "You got 24 hours to come on set." It was his first video. I'm a stoner. I ain't never gonna forget this. And I Googled how to be a stylist. I Googled how much do I get paid? What do I do? And in 24 hours, I got it together. I pulled clothes from that store and I styled him. And after that, I mean, it's history. You know what I mean? Like after that,
That was your first one. You said you'd never forget it. What's some things you remember like from that first experience doing that?
oh, that shit just gave me the chills. That's crazy. I was very nervous as well. Like, this was my first movie and I was extremely nervous. And I'm not even the type of person to get nervous. And I was very nervous. Thug is not the easiest person to work with. You know what I mean? These are huge names. I mean, Birdman was there, Wayne was there. Um, I just knew, like, for me, I was like, okay, like, this is my one chance. Like, you know what I mean? And I just gave it my all. I did the best that I could. And I was like, whatever happens, happens. At least I know that I know what it took me to get to that point. So, I tried my hardest. And, the next day, Birdman had called me. It was like, you killed it. Like, Thug says he wants you. So we're just gonna like keep you in the label. He was
No.
like, quit job, quit school, quit everything. Like, you're on the road with us.
Wow. So how long did you do that?
I did that. I mean, I'm sure Rich Gang. So I used to style Quan, the whole Rich Gang. I styled YMCMB. And, when Thug came in the picture, it started being a lot of problems with Wayne, the whole thing. So I did it for probably like a year and a half, 2 years. That's how long, when all the issues started happening, it became more complicated for me because you already know the beefs, you know what I mean? So it was fun.
Was that you making a personal decision? Like, man, let me just get away from. I don't really want to be involved with all this kind of stuff like that.
I did, but I wasn't done with styling. So what I ended up doing, I started branching out to professional athletes. So I started NBA players, NFL players. I had a huge buzz because Thug became a fashion icon. So at that point, everybody wanted me to dress up. I mean, I was, working with QC. Like, I started branching out. At first, I was on paperwork just for them. And then as, the whole thing fell apart, it was a blessing in disguise. At first I was like, what am I going to do? And then, I was like, okay, I started working with athletes, entertainers, I mean, you name it. And that's when it got to the point where I was buzzing like crazy and I was so busy, I couldn't handle 10 clients a day. There's only one of me. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to open up my store. And Love and Hip Hop kept knocking on my door. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to make this shit make sense. And that's how the whole thing started. I had my stores, and I feel like after Love and Hip Hop, my opportunities haven't stopped. You know what I mean? From just anything. And I'm the type of person, like, if you give me a chance, if you just give me anything, I'm going to run with it. You know what I mean? So I didn't got on Bravo. I've been hosted Revolts TV. I mean, I walked for Tommy Hilfiger. Like, I mean, You know, like I just did a movie. Like the stuff that I have done, I'm not gonna say, you know, that I was prepared to do it, but I was grateful for the opportunity and I always take it and I always run with it. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I'm kind of like where I'm at.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
But even before all this, though, I heard you had a law degree or something like that.
I did. So I had dropped out of college when Birdman had offered me that job. And
What were you in school at?
so I was in Alabama.
Gotcha.
But I was studying law and political science, and that wasn't what I wanted to do. My parents forced me to do it because they wanted me to be a lawyer. So my dad is a politician in Mexico. So, you know, I think they just wanted me to like continue with the family legacy and all that. And for me, I loved fashion. Like I was in law class and I was literally YouTubing how to sew, how to do this. You know what I mean? Like, and in the weekends, I used to drive to Atlanta and work at the clothing store.
Hmm.
So my parents never knew that I was doing that. But when it came down to, you know, Birdman telling me quit everything and be with us full time, my parents definitely stopped talking to me the whole time I was a stylist. Like they
Oh
had no,
shit!
yeah, they cut me off. And I tried to explain
Wait,
to my
wait. So
father,
did you finish? So you didn't finish school, or you did finish school?
I
The law
came
school?
back.
You came back to finish, huh?
Yeah, I came back and I finished, but I just finished last year.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so it took me a minute. You know, COVID helped me a lot. I was doing a lot of stuff online. I mean, man, believe it or not, I was on TV doing all that, still flying back to Alabama to taking exams. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was crazy, but I really did that for my parents because I know how much it meant to them. And I never wanted them to think that I was just like, screw school. You know what I mean? Like, I, it was more of like, I want to do my dream. Like, I really want to do this. And I ended up finishing out. And like now, I never understood why I had to do it. And then like now that I have that degree and a lot of, like, I've been doing a lot of work on prison reform
Hmm.
and I don't get paid off of my law degree. Like I literally just work with lawyers and firms, and I help, you know, innocent people, and I help a lot of immigrants and stuff. And it made me realize, like, wow, this is worth it. You know, all the years that I put in school, like, you know, just me helping one person and changing one person's life has literally made it all worth it.
Hmm. That's what's
So I didn't see it at first, but now I'm like, okay, I'm glad I did that. You know what I mean?
so prison reform is like a focus for you, kind of moving forward.
Um, I'm not gonna say it's my main thing because I'm gonna be honest with you, I have a lot going on right now.
I don't mean your
Like,
main thing, but I mean just like something that you're kind of, that you're into moving forward. Like you're gonna continue to do, Yeah.
yeah, it's a big part of me, and I think out of everything that I do, is the most rewarding thing. Like, you know, people know me, like the two things that I like doing the most is working out and giving back. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of like what I do for myself. Like, you know, I need that. Like, that's something that makes me feel good. TV, fashion, all this other shit is cool and I'm grateful for it, but I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy that. So, you know, now that I'm here in Houston, um, I really want to get deep into that. I'm about to do a show out here for a huge network. I can't really talk about it yet, but there's a
You say
huge
like
network.
what kind of show and nothing like that?
It's a reality TV show.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And it's a huge network. They already have, you know, a season going in another city. Um, I thought it would be a dope idea to bring it to Houston because Houston doesn't have nothing like that. You know, they've tried to bring Love and Hip Hop, they've tried to bring all these shows, and it's never worked out. And this show is nothing like that. I think it's very positive. Yeah, it's a reality show. It's gonna have some positive drama, but I feel like Houston needs that. Like, I see the potential in Houston because since I've gotten here, I've gotten nothing but blessings and money and business. You know what I mean? So I see the future in Houston. So we're doing that show next year, and I think that the biggest storyline for me is going to be prison reform. Like I do want to leave my mark in Houston. You know, I'm not saying I'm going to live here for the rest of my life, but I know the time that I'm here, like nobody's doing the type of stuff that I'm doing. So if I can bring a show, if I can bring attention to, like, there's a lot of immigrants out here that need help.
Yeah.
I can do that. I'll be happy leaving Houston, you know what I mean, with my mark.
That's what's up. That's dope. That's dope. Well, yeah. Well, shit. What are they? Of course, they rerunning the Christmas movie. You know what I mean?
Of course, and it's on Amazon Prime. It's on you. I mean, you can stream it, and it's gonna. I mean, it's a Christmas movie. I'm sure it's gonna run all the way till January, so
Right.
you can catch it. Yeah, you can catch it at some point. It's dope. It's something that you can watch with your family. It's a Christmas movie. It's funny. There's a lot of dope people in it. I don't know if you saw the cast.
Oh yeah, for
It's
sure. It tripped me out. I didn't know y'all shot it in Houston. That trip, that kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, and like I said, like Houston is growing like crazy, and it's like bringing a lot of people that spend all, like, Jamie and Datari, like they spend all this money filming in LA. Houston has the same stuff, like, and it's half the price. So, like I said, I think Houston is growing a lot, and I'm excited that I'm here, at the beginning to be a part of all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, shit, we glad to have you. Yeah,
Yeah, you stay tuned because I'm gonna be excited once I can talk about the show that's coming up, and all that
You have to come
stuff.
now that you're in, I didn't know you were in Houston, you know what I mean, until today. But shit, now that you're in Houston, whenever you're ready to do that, you know what I mean, you have to come sit down and we'll do it in person, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's do it in person for sure. Yeah, I know you have a hectic schedule and I do too. I'm glad that we got to meet though, and kind of like tell you a little bit about what I have going on. But yeah, when I'm able to speak on the show, we should definitely do that because I think it's going to be huge.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate you chopping it up.
Thanks for having me.
Donnie Houston. 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 Houston.